Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we move on now to the second game of our doubleheader tonight. Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb beginning their tenure as a Tier 1 team, taking on Montgomery Bell. The Big Red finishing the first half 6-0-1. They and Franklin with the exact same record, so their quest for the GNASH Cup and the 1 seed in the Predators Cup begins tonight. And Ensworth, well, their first big challenge as a Tier 1 team tonight. They had the best offense in Tier 1 or Tier 2. They scored 50 goals in the first half of the regular season. They are not going to score 50. They're not going to score 50 against Tier 1 competition. That'd be too much. But yeah, we'll see how this one unfolds over the next hour and a half or so. As the Ice Tigers get prepared to take on the Big Red. We should note that in the first night of the second half last season, MBA opened with a game against the Rutherford Rampage and it ended in a 3-3 tie. So we'll see if Ensworth can go one better as the Ice Tigers ready to make their way out onto the ice for this one. See if this game is as good as the Father Ryan Pope game that just took place. All right, so let's talk about the two teams playing this game playing the second game in our doubleheader. Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb, coached by Tim McAllister. 7-0, a perfect 7-0 in the first half of the regular season, moving up from Tier 2. Beat Hendersonville Beach Gallatin 6-0 on September 25th. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna have to pull up their full schedule here. I don't have the whole thing. I can't remember the whole thing. Beat Hendersonville Beach Gallatin 6-0 on September 25th. 2 nights later, September the 27th, they beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 7-0. October 4th, they beat Independence Ravenwood 7-4. Came back after a 19-day layoff and beat USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture 6-0 on October 23rd. Beat the Outlaws 2 nights later on October 25th, 10-2. Beat Centennial 4-1 on October 30th. Although the Summit win over USN already meant that they would be moving up to Tier 1, and then they closed out the first half of the season, beating Summit Page 10-7 on November the 1st. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. Ben Sonkin, the leading scorer. He has 28 points from 14 goals and 14 assists. He had 9 points in the Summit game, 5 goals and 4 assists. Trex Hooper with 16 points from 11 goals and 5 assists. Justin Nosco, 12 points from 4 goals and 8 assists. Hudson Honeybone, 12 points from 3 goals and 9 assists. JT Borland, 9 points from 5 goals and 4 assists. Henry Cravens, 5 points from a goal and 4 assists. Grant Rank and Jackson Malleus-Mayer, each with 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Will Brothers and Lucas Tarquin, each with 4 points from a goal and 3 assists. Jacob Francie, 4 points from goals. Henry Oser, Logan Green, and Spencer Kern all have 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Charlie Bonin has 3 points from assists. Thatcher Borden has 2 points from a goal and an assist. Brandon Bello has a point from a goal. Reese Avery and Will Copeland each have a point from an assist. So there are a lot of skaters on the Ensworth team with at least 1 point. We go to the goalie stats. Ruben Allen played in 4 games. His record 4-0. He played 168 minutes. Goals against average of 3.25. 1 shutout. That was the game against Hendersonville. He allowed 13 goals and 60 shots, turned away the other 47. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 78. Bingston Soundara played in 3 games. His record 3-0. He played 126 minutes. Goals against average of .33. 1 shutout. That was the game against Station Camp. He allowed 1 goal on 37 shots, turned away the other 36. His save percentage is 97. He's not going to carry those stats over into Tier 1. On to NBA, coached by J.P. Dumont. 6-0-1 in the first half. opened the season with a 6-4 win over Rutherford on September 27th. Beat Pope 3-1 on October 2nd. Beat Brentwood 3-1 on October 4th. Beat Mount Juliet 2-1 on October 18th. Beat Father Ryan 8-3 on October the 20th. 1-1 tie with Franklin on October 25th. And beat Ravenwood 5-2 on October 30th. Here are their stats coming into tonight. Lee Guy, the leading scorer, 13 points from 7 goals and 6 assists. Trace Graham, 10 points from 7 goals and 3 assists. Matthew Moore, 10 points from 10 points from 5 goals and 5 assists. Duke Dalba, 7 points from a goal and 6 assists. James Lehrman and Ethan Moore each have 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Ethan Moore finally back tonight after serving his 4-game suspension that he got last month, October 4th, for a checking from behind match penalty against Brentwood. Andrew Freck has 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Edwin Bass, 3 points all from assists. Ethan Sides, 2 points from goals. Michael DeTillo and Graham Rudder each have 2 points from assists. Abe Lasher and Hunter Musser each have a point from a goal. And Emmett Castile has a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Hunter Wieck has started all 7 games. His record's 6-0-1. He's played 291 minutes, goals against average of 1.88. No shutouts. He's allowed 13 goals on 176 shots and turned away the other 163. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 93. And Aiden Becker played the final 3 minutes of the Father Ryan game on October 20th, and he turned away both shots that he faced. So let's see how Ensworth handle the big time. Ready to go with this one. Hunter Wieck going to start in goal for MBA. Ruben Allen going to start in goal for Ensworth for this first period. MBA will carry the puck from my left to right. Ensworth from my right to left. How will the Ice Tigers fare against one of the 2 top teams in Tier 1? Game is underway with MBA controlling the opening faceoff. Pass to center, intercepted by Ensworth, sent into the NBA zone. Michael DeTillo backhanding it over to the far side. Clearing attempt whiffed on by Cortland Klett, and then turned over to Ben Sagan. He brings it back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Tried to backhand it in front, knocked away by the stick of Lee Guy. Guy clears. Settled down at center by Spencer Kern. Passed across to JT Borland. Now puck back in the NBA zone on the left wing side. Puck backhanded around the wall to the far side by Michael DeTillo. Trying to clear it out was Matthew Moore. Now comes back around to Cortland Klett. And he passes to center. Hudson Honeybone intercepts, but he carries it back into the NBA zone offside. I don't know, but I don't know how you don't see 2 of your own guys standing in the zone like that. That took almost the first minute off the clock. And NBA with the puck. Puck in the NBA zone. Hudson Honeybone keeping it alive at the left point. Passing it around to the far side. Held in. Henry Craven sent to the front of the net. Stopped and covered up by Hunter Wieck. 12:34 to go in the first, and no goals on the board yet. Draw is going to be to the left of Wieck. So Ensworth with good puck possession early. NBA win the draw and bringing out Matthew Moore. Chips it into the Ensworth zone. Puck is at the end boards. Abe Lasher Fell over trying to keep it on his stick. And it's going to trickle out to center. Brandon Bello with it. Cross corner dump into the right wing side of the NBA zone. Puck on the far side. Duke Dalbo with it. Gets brought down. Now here's Matthew Moore, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Gets him a shot, score! Matthew Moore fires the puck into the back of the net from the left circle. And NBA scoring their first shot, and it's 1-0 with 11:57 to go in the first. Draw one by NBA. Puck dumped into the Ensworth zone. Ruben Allen out to play it. He'll leave it behind the net for Jacob Francie. Sends it out to the far side. Held into the left point. And there's a shot from out high. Blockered away by Allen. That shot coming from Zach Rankin. Now the puck's out at center. Rankin with it again. That's knocked away from Ethan Sides. Francie will dump it back into the NBA zone. Pass across to the far side. Andrew Freck ahead for Sides. Sides is it knocked off his stick as he goes into the Ensworth zone. Cleared out by Reese Avery. An icing called against Ensworth. 11:14 to go in the first, and it is 1-0 NBA. Draw is going to be to Ruben Allen's left. One with a big red, and a shot from Michael Datillo, blockered up in the air by Allen. Puck out on the far side. With it is Justin Nosko. Nosko clears it out of the zone. Henry Oser brings it into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Now Nosko, right wing corner, comes out up the boards. Falls to his knees. There's Ben Sonkin behind the net. Comes out to the left wing. Pass is intercepted. Lee Guy at center. Guy ahead to James Lehrman, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Lehrman tried to drop it in front. It's hacked away. It goes off the top of the dasher boards. Ben Sonkin knocks it down. Brings it into the NBA zone on the right wing. Gets off a shot. I think it missed the net. I don't think it was touched. No, they're saying Wieck made a save on it. And then the puck comes to the near side of the net and Wieck covers. 10:16 to go in the first, still 1-0 NBA. As Ensworth's leading scorer, eager to prove they belong up here in Tier 1.
17, the leading scorer?
No, 48 for Ensworth. He had 28 points, even split, 14-14. Shot from out high, and Henry Craven stopped and held on to. He's on the bench right now. Here's Matthew Moore bringing the puck into the Ensworth zone. Drops it down the wall behind the net for Ethan Moore. Put out in front. And it's taken away and carried out by Ensworth. And the slide, whiffing on a shot attempt in the NBA zone was Cam Fowler. Got the puck from Lucas Tarquin. Puck held into the left point, Hudson Honeybone. Now behind the net, Trex Hooper. No, I'm sorry, it is Jack Studer making his season debut, by the way, backhanding it out to the far side. Now the puck's behind the net again. Here's Matthew Moore. Banging it off the near wall, or far wall, and down for an icing. 9:21 to go in the first, still 1-0 NBA. Here's Ben Sonkin with a puck, trying to put it in front. And it was never got to the intended receiver, Jackson Malleus-Mayer. Now Sonkin with it again, turns and shoots over the net. Wieck kind of stuck up the arm there to knock it over. And now here's Malleus-Mayer in the right wing corner trying to pass it up top. Held in Sonkin. Trying to get it to Nosko in the slot. Nosko with it in his stick, now chasing it over to the left wing side. Backhands it up to the left point, and Jacob Francie. Pass back down low. Now it's over on the far side and cleared out of play into the NBA bench by Zach Rankin trying to get it out. 8:28 left in the first. Still 1-0 NBA, but Ensworth really making things difficult here. Draws to the left of Wieck. Won by NBA, but turned right over to Ensworth, and a shot from JT Borland just missed the net to Wieck's right. Puck out at center, Borland with it again. Flips it through the air, back into the NBA zone. Cleared out immediately by Cortland Klett. There's Abe Lasher. Passing it out to center. Emmett Castile into the Ensworth zone. Had the puck taken away. He gets it back. It's off a shot that's off a stick and over the net. Now JT Borland. Banks it off the far glass. Will Copeland will dump it into the NBA zone. Out to play it as Hunter Wieck will leave it behind the net for Lasher. Sent around to the wall to the far side, and Edwin Bass. Bass exits the zone, backhands it over to the near side. Ooh, and offside against NBA. It's passed over to Crosby Bond, and then he tried to leave it at the blue line for Emmett Castile, but he went in. He went in offside. Or Bond went in ahead of Castile. Draw one by Ensworth, turned over to NBA. Lee Guy had it for a moment, but it's taken away. Ensworth trying to get it out of their zone. They do. And now, puck carried into the NBA zone in the sliders. A backhander stopped by Wieck on the left leg pad. That shot coming from Cam Fowler. Puck behind the net. Now it's over on the near side. Puck out at center. Henry Cravens turns back. Had it poked away right at the NBA blue line. Hudson Honeybone with it now. Skates away from Lee Guy. Honeybone passing ahead off the stick of Will Brothers and back in the NBA zone, cleared out. And now back the other way with it goes Caleb Kirkland, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Trying to back into the slot, but Lee Guy was moving away from the puck. JT Borland out at center. Passing ahead, drop back to Borland inside the NBA zone. Borland with a backhander, stopped by Wieck with a left leg pad. Here's Lee Guy, flipping it through the air and out to center. Justin Nosko, I think, inside his own zone. Passes across to the left wing side, and Borland, JT Borland, chips it back into the NBA end. It is at the end boards, picked up by Brandon Fremgen. Passed up the near side, and James Lehrman, Andrew Freck, taking off the puck. Ben Sonkin tussling, and it taken away by Matthew Moore, and J.B. Dumont's mixed up the lines here. Here's Sonkin in the NBA zone, a shot stopped by Wieck. It leaks behind him, and he covers it up in the crease. Big scare there for NBA, but Hunter Wieck standing strong, and they still have a 1-0 lead with 5:25 to go in the first. Matthew Moore with the game's only goal so far draws to Wieck's left. He's actually got the helmet off and making some adjustments to his gear. Lost a piece of his mask, I'm hearing. The official found over in the right wing corner. Ensworth won the draw, put it on goal, and Wieck has to cover. Draw will be to his left again. One with a big red. They clear it out. Puck sliding into the Ensworth zone. Ruben Allen going to play it, going to pass it to the boards to the far, or pass it to the boards to his right. Now it's coming around to the near side. It's out in the right wing corner. Matthew Moore in the battle for that. Now Moore behind the net. Trying to put it out in front. Comes out in front. But the puck got away from him when he wanted to shoot. Puck cleared out by the Ice Tigers. Michael DeTillo brings it back into the Ensworth zone. Puck is behind the net. Here's Jacob Francie. Passing it over to the far side. Now it's out at center. Taken back by the Big Red. Lee Guy backhands it back into the Ensworth zone. Puck back in the NBA end. Brandon Fremgen will clear. Passes up ahead to Trace Graham. Graham inside the Ensworth zone, leaves it for Guy. Puck goes to the near side boards. Duke Dalba behind the net. Takes a bump, puts it out in front, but Trace Graham couldn't get a stick on it. Cam Fowler trying to clear. He's actually trying to pass. Put it off Lee Guy's skates. Now it's out at center. Here's Fremgen. Brandon Fremgen clears to center, but intercepted by Heath Hudie and brought back into the NBA zone. Hudie trying to go to the front of the net. He's brought down. There's going to be a penalty against NBA. Hudson Honeybone passes across to the right wing side. And here's a shot over the net. That shot coming from Cam Fowler. And NBA finally touched the puck up. Tripping will be the call against Zach Rankin. So Ensworth get the first power play of the game down 1-0 with 3:18 to go in the first. Draw will be to the left of Wieck. One by the Big Red and cleared down ice by Andrew Freck. Ruben Allen will leave it behind the net. Puck will be carried to center. Hudson Honeybone races into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Round the back of the net. Comes out to the right wing. Passes up top, Ben Sonkin. Sonkin, right point, shot blocked. Comes back from Jackson Malleus-Mayer. Passes over to Honeybone. Now over to Henry Cravens. Back up top, Honeybone. Across to Sonkin. Sonkin taking a shot blocked. Was blocked by Abe Lasher and cleared out by the Big Red. Here's Honeybone. Leaving it for Sonkin. Sonkin out to center. Back into the NBA zone. Getting off a shot. Stopped by Wieck with a left leg pad. Up top, Honeybone. Back across Sonkin. Sonkin, long range shot off the right leg pad of Wieck. Honeybone, left point. Backhands it over to Cravens. One-timer stopped and held onto by Wieck. 49 seconds left of the power play. 2:07 to go in the first. Still 1-0 NBA. As Hunter Wieck is withstanding quite the challenge from Ensworth right now. Draw will be to his right. Draw one by NBA. Puck fired down ice by Trace Graham on goal, so Ruben Allen has to make the stop. First shot on goal in a while for the Big Red. And it was from long range. Here's JT Borland back into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Getting off a shot, turned away by Wieck. Puck brought out in front. Passed up top, now over to Borland, top of the left circle. Now Jack Dooner down low. Dooner passing it back up to Borland. Borland passing down the left wing back towards Dooner. Puck behind the net. Out on the far side. Passed up top to the right point. Reese Avery back across to Spencer Kern. Now across to Cam Fowler. Moving around. The defender going to give a shot. Knocked away with a glove of Wieck. Clearing attempt held in. And a shot from Borland. Went off a stick and out. Penalty time against the Big Red is up. They're back at even strength. Big battle for the puck. Right up against the kick plate in the left wing corner. Under a minute left in the first now. Clearing attempt held in. JT Borland to the left point. And his shot would have missed the net, but Hunter Wieck grabs it and hangs on to be safe. 47.3 seconds to go in the first. Still 1-0 NBA. Draws to the right of Wieck. Won by Ensworth. Puck sent to the inboard, slapped around to the far side, held in, sent back down low. Puck will be carried out by Matthew Moore under 30 seconds left in the period. Puck back in the Ensworth zone. Henry Oster going to try and beat Moore to it. And Moore gives it away. Puck carried to center. Justin Nosko into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Nosko. Shot stopped by Wieck. Rebound, Ben Socket shot stopped by Wieck. Wieck with two big saves just now. Under 10 seconds left in the period. Sonkin could not get around Matthew Moore. They bumped and fell over. Puck cleared to center, and that is it for the first. Matthew Moore scoring the only goal of the period just under 2 minutes in, but my goodness, Ensworth putting on a show. But Hunter Wieck putting on a show in net. He has turned away 15 Ensworth shots as NBA lead the Ice Tigers 1-0 at the end of one. Ready to go for the second period. Ruben Allen still in goal for Ensworth. Hunter Wieck still in goal for NBA for this second period. Ensworth will carry the puck from my left to right. NBA from my right to left. A draw one by NBA to start the period, but they turned it over to the Tigers, but they couldn't bring it into the NBA zone. Now they do. Cam Fowler on the right wing with a shot. Missed the net. From the bottom of the right circle. Puck now passed across. Duke Dalla trying to get it out. He does. Trickles back into the Ensworth zone. Hudson Honeybone gets right in front of James Lehrman and grabs it. Honeybone maneuvering around. Passes out to the far side ahead to Jack Dooner at center. Dooner lost his man. Brings it into the NBA zone. Gets off a shot that's blockered away by Wieck. That shot coming from the slot. Puck out in front, trickles across the front of the net. Here's Edwin Bass clearing it down ice. And icing is called against the Big Red. 13:04 left in the second. NBA leading. Shots on goal favoring Ensworth 16-4. Draw me to the left of Wieck. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. JT Borland trying to hold it in. He keeps it alive. Will Copeland a shot. Kicked away by Wieck with a right leg pad. Boy, he has been so good for NBA. He's the reason they're down like 8-0 right now. And Ensworth have been so good on the back check. They have rendered that top line of Guy, Moore, and Graham useless. Puck back in the NBA zone on the left wing side. Brendan Bello knocked into the boards. Loose in the left wing corner. And it comes up to Ethan Sides. Sides will clear. Put it into the near side at center, but that's sent back the other way by JT Borland. And iced again by NBA. 12:01 to go. Still 1-0. Big Red. Draw me to the right of Wieck. One by Ensworth. Puck backhanded down low behind the net. Ice Tigers going to get to it, but turn it over. Here's Lee Guy. Ahead to James Lehrman. Lehrman, now Trace Graham, left wing side of the NBA zone. Centers for Guy, one-timer score! They get breathing space. First time they've hooked up tonight. And Lee Guy scores to make it 2-0 NBA with 11:39 to go in the second. Draw one by Ensworth on a long-range shot from the red line by Ben Saukonen to be stopped by Hunter Wieck. Oh, he left the bottom left-hand corner of the net open, and he wasn't looking, and Justin Nosko had a chance at a wraparound for a moment, and he couldn't score. Puck now in the Ensworth zone behind the net. Out in front, Duke Dalba's shot. I don't think he ever got one off. Back the other way comes Saukonen. Ben Saukonen into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Can't get around Michael Datillo. Puck around the far wall. Hudson Honeybone. Now Datillo sends it around to the far side. Honeybone looked like he was going to get to it first. It's cleared out by the Big Red. Now the puck coming back down on goal had to be turned away or pushed away by Ruben Allen. And Ensworth are going to end up icing the puck. 10:37 to go in the second. 2-0 NBA leading. Draw is to the right of Ruben Allen. One by NBA, and a shot from Cortland Klett off a stick and into the netting above the glass. So they'll drop it to Allen's right again. It's one by the Ice Tigers and sent down deep into the NBA zone. Cam Fowler pushed up into the boards by Michael Datillo. Coming out with it, Lucas Tarquin. Puck behind the net. Now it's out on the far side, and it'll be carried out by James Lehrman. Lehrman chips it up the far wall, but turns it over to JT Borland. Puck is inside the Ensworth zone, however. Ice Tigers have it, though. Spencer Kern steps to center. Ahead to Cam Fowler. Across to Jack Dooner. Dooner inside the NBA zone on the left wing side. Sends it to the front of the net. Off the glove of Wieck and just slid past the post to his left. Now NBA with it again at center. Michael Datillo dumps it back in the Ensworth zone. Puck coming around to the near side. Now it's behind the net. JT Borland with it. Flips it ahead for Lucas Tarquin. Tarquin playing against his old teammates. He was an NBA player last year. Puck held inside the zone. Emmett can still try to pass across, and that was deflected. Trying to get it over to Trace Graham. Now Jack Stuner brings it back into the NBA zone. They tried to clear it out. Jackson Malleus-Mayer dumps it down deep. Ensworth making a line change. Edwin Bass dumps it back into the Ensworth zone. It's behind the net. Now back the other way, go Ensworth. Spencer Kern, left wing side of the NBA zone, dumps it back to Ben Sawkin. His shot, I think it was blocked. Gets off another shot, stopped. Rebound to the crease. And Wieck has it covered. Justin Nosco had a great chance to bury the rebound, but one of the defenders got next to Wieck and helped him keep that puck out of the net. 8:40 to go in the second, still 2-0 NBA. Draw will be to Wieck's right. Puck out in front of the NBA net. Big Red have it. Trace Graham will bring it out to center. No, it's not Trace Graham. That's Ethan Moore. Taken back and carried the other way. Ben Sawkin, he's in the NBA zone with a shot. Stopped and held on to by Wieck. Draw be to Wieck's right. One with a big red. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Held in at the right point by Will Copeland and sent back down low. It's going over to the left wing corner. Brandon Bello backhands it up to the left point, and a shot from Reese Avery is over the net. Correction, it was JT Borland. Here's Justin Nosco coming around on the left wing side. Drops it back down to the inboards for Bello. Bello behind the net. Passes up to the left point. And Spencer Kern shot off a stick into the netting above the glass. Okay, that was Kern, not Nosco. 7:31 to go in the second. Still 2-0 NBA. Draw will be to the left of Wieck. NBA bring the puck out. James Lehrman, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. A shot steered away by Ruben Allen. Shot in the left point blocked. Here's Spencer Kern to center. Kern into the NBA zone. Knocked away from him. Held in. Jack Studer shot, score! Lee Guy poked the puck away from Spencer Kern, but Jack Studer from the high slot lifts it into the roof of the net. And Ensworth finally get on the board. It's 2-1 NBA with 7:03 left in the second. And Michael Datillo is going into the box. And NBA, I think, no, it's not Datillo, it's Zach Rankin. NBA, I think, are using their timeout here. or they're not using one, and they just called Hunter Wieck to the bench for a moment. So I'm not sure what Rankin did, but Ensworth, right after scoring, are now on the power play. Down 2-1 with 7:03 left in the second. That's their first power play of the game. Draw one by the Ice Tigers. Henry Cravens passing ahead to Ben Sonkin. Sonkin shoots it on goal from center, stopped by Wieck. It's the second time he's done that. Puck sent back into the Ensworth zone. Here's Hudson Honeybone picking it up. Honeybone drops it back to Sonkin. Gets past Lee Guy. Sonkin racing through center. Into the NBA zone. A shot just missed the net to the left of Wieck. Somebody dropped a stick. It's Lee Guy without a stick. Puck goes out to center. Lee Guy backhands it back into the Ensworth zone. Hudson Honeybone will get to it on the far side. Honeybone brings it into the NBA zone. Puck knocked off his stick. Cleared out by the Big Red. Minute left in the power play for the Ice Tigers. Here's Sonkin. Out to center. Sonkin. Back in the NBA zone on the right wing. Gets around. Abe Lasher goes to the inboards with a puck. Matthew Moore knocks him off it. Clears it out. Spencer Kern backhands it into open space on the near side where it's picked up by Cravens. Cravens passing up the far side. It's dumped back into the NBA zone deep by JT Borland. And a clearing attempt held in by Borland. Borland carries it over to the right wing side. Sends it down the wall to the end boards behind the net. Here's Jack Stooner trying to get it over to Nozko. 20 seconds left in the power play for Ensworth. Borland passing across. Up top Kern. Back to Borland. One-timer blocked. And cleared down ice by NBA, and that should kill off the rest of the penalty. Penalty time against the Big Red is up. They're back at even strength. Borland, right wing side of the NBA zone. Got some room. Takes a slap shot. Blockered away by Wieck. Here's Cam Fowler on the left wing boards. Whips it across. Now Dooner trying to get it back over to Kern. It comes to Ethan Moore. He whips it around to the far side. Held in at the left point by Fowler. Cam Fowler trying to pass to the slot. Comes back to Fowler left circle. His shot stopped and held on to by Wieck. 4:38 to go in the second. Still 2-1 NBA. Draw is to the right of Wieck. Won by NBA. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Zach Rankin sending it back around on the near side, trying to get it to Duke Dauba. Held in at the right point, and a shot from Jacob Francie. Takes a deflection, comes over to Will Copeland, and he has a soft backhander that's kicked away by Wieck with a right leg pad. Puck now back in the Ensworth zone. Jacob Francie gets to it, sends it around to the far side. Here's Hudson Honeybone. Carries to center. Takes a bump, still brings it into the NBA zone on the right wing side, but I think they called him offside. It slowed him up enough, and I think Will Copeland may have stepped over the line before Honeybone did. 3:54 left in the second, still 2-1 NBA. Draw will be on the dot across from the Ensworth bench at center. Draw one by the Big Red. James Lehrman had the puck poked away. Andrew Freckett it knocked away in the Ensworth slot. Here goes Ben Sonkin shooting on goal from center again. Stopped by Hunter Wieck again. You're not going to beat Hunter Wieck that way, kid. I'm sorry. Icing called against NBA at the other end of the ice. Draw is going to be to Wieck's left. Won by Ensworth, though, and trying to carry it to the front of the net was Justin Nosko. Puck got knocked away, held into the right point by Spencer Kern. Pass down to Sonkin. Sonkin taking a shot over the net. Held in at the left wing, left point, and sent back around the boards by J.T. Borland. And NBA have the puck taken away. Here's Sonkin. Patting it in front. Justin Nosko out in front of the net. A shot. Score! Nosko! Ensworth have tied it! Ensworth's top line finally got one past Hunter Wieck. Two with 3:04 left in the second. NBA win the draw, but turn it over inside their own zone. Jack Studer puts it out in front, knocked away by Brandon Fremgen, now carried to center Ethan Moore. Moore right wing side of the Ensworth zone. Oh, a dribbler took a shot that hit an Ensworth player and bounced past the net to the left of Ruben Allen. Puck out on the near side. Cleared out by the Ice Tigers. Now going to be carried back into the NBA zone, and a shot knocked down by Wieck and covered. That shot coming from Lucas Tarquin, shooting on his old teammate. 2:31 left in the second, and the game is tied at 2. Draw me to Wieck's left. Draw one by NBA. Nearly turned over behind the net to Ensworth. Here's Cam Fowler. Now Tarquin, bottom of the right circle. Shot stopped by Wickel, pulling the rebound and cover. Draw be to Wieck's left again. One by NBA and cleared. It's into the Ensworth zone, poked away from Andrew Freck by Hudson Honeybone. Puck out at center, sent back into the Ensworth zone, but right to Honeybone. Honeybone. He's got Lee Guy circling him. He passes over to the far side. Now ahead to Jax Dooner at center. Dooner into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Tried to pass it off to the slot, and it was intercepted by the Big Red. Here is Trace Graham back in the Ensworth zone. Tried to send it to the front of the net, but right to Honeybone. Honeybone trying to clear. It's carried out Dooner. Jax Dooner into the NBA zone. Passes off Cam Fowler. Fowler to the front of the net. A shot over the net. From near the left-hand post. Now Justin Nosko tried to go to the front of the net. Poked away by Zach Rankin. Clearing attempt held into the blue line. Cleared out by Trace Graham. Here's Henry Cravens. Puck ends up back in the NBA zone. It's over on the far side. Zach Rankin trying to clear. Held in. Here's Ben Sonkin, left circle. High slot, a shot over the net. Puck on the near side, clear, but right to Sonkin. Last minute of the second. Spencer Kern, almost brought it in offside. Ensworth clear the zone. He'll bring it back in. Kern behind the net. Comes out to the far side. Loses the puck. Puck sent around to the near side. Nosko has it. Oh, whiffing on the one-timer was Ben Sonkin. Puck still leaking in front. Jackson Malleus-Mayer drops it back up top to the left point. Across to Borland, his one-timer shanked. 30 seconds left of the period. Nosko, right wing corner. Shakes off a hit attempt. Passes back up top to the right point. Borland banks it off the near glass and down. Puck sent around the boards to the far side by Rankin. Here's Kern. And cleared out finally by Trace Graham. This will be an icing against NBA, I think. Yes. 5.6 seconds left in the second. Game still tied at 2. Draw be to the right of Wieck. One by NBA. Puck ends up at the inboards. Brandon Fremgen will clear it out, and that's it for the second. Well, Lee guys scored early in the second to make it 2-0 NBA, but Ensworth have struck back. Goals from Jax Dooner and Justin Ozco have this game tied at 2 at the end of 2. Ready to go for the third period. Hunter Wieck still in goal for NBA. Ruben Allen still in goal for Ensworth for this third period. NBA will carry the puck from my left to right. Ensworth from my right to left. Ice Tigers have the puck off the draw. And Ben Sonkin brings it into the NBA zone. Knocked away from him. Held in by Hudson Honeybone trying to carry it down the wall. Puck in the left wing corner. Put behind the net. Brandon Fremgen tried to clear, held into the right point. Henry Craven's shot off an NBA player over to the near side boards. Big Red trying to clear it out. They do, but not very far. Backhanded back in by Honeybone. Stretch pass up the near side to Matthew Moore from Graham Rudder. Moore took a bump. Here's Ethan Moore inside the Ensworth zone. Puck taken away and cleared by the Ice Tigers. Rudder tried to dump it back in, but he gives it away. Jackson Malleus-Mayer, left wing side of the NBA zone. A shot stopped and held on to by Wieck. That took the first 52 seconds off the third period clock. 13:08 to go, 2-2. Draw to the right of Wieck. One by NBA. Puck carried to center. Trace Graham tried to stretch pass to James Lehrman, who was covered by JT Borland anyway. Puck is in the Ensworth zone and deep, but Borland has it. Borland passing out to the far side. Cam Fowler, nice move, a shot stopped by Hunter Wieck. Rebound knocked away from the front of the net. Another shot from Borland on the left half wall, kicked away by Wieck. And a turning shot from Lucas Tarquin off a stick and over the net. Still in play, though. Cam Fowler holding in the clearing attempt to the right point. Passes over. Tarquin, a shot off the right leg pad of Wieck. NBA desperately trying to get it out. They do. Lee guy chasing after it in the Ensworth zone, but Spencer Kern beats him to it. Kern carries to center. Kern into the NBA zone, trying to get to the front of the net, can't get around the back-checking Datillo. Puck is behind the net, Kern. Puck out on the far side, cleared out. But Jacob Francie with it. It ends up back in the NBA zone. Now Datillo on the near side. Back across to Abe Lasher, trying to pass it back up the near side. It's out at center, picked up by Heath Hudie and dumped back into the NBA zone. Puck at the inboards. Brandon Bello behind the net. Puts it out in front. Nobody in a orange and black sweater could get on it. Here is Abe Lasher. Back into the NBA zone. Hudson Honeybone gets in front of him. forces him to turn the puck over, and a shot from Matthew Moore is steered away by Ruben Allen. And finally, NBA have 10 shots on goal. Here's Hudson Honeybone back into the NBA zone, falls over, and they called him offside anyway. 11:08 to go, and the game is tied at 2. Draw one by Ensworth. Puck dumped into the NBA zone. It's behind the net. Graham Rudder trying to clear it. It's held into the right point, sent down low. Rudder intercepts, and he'll fire it to the other end of the rink. It went off in Ensworth's stick on the way out, so no icing. Puck picked up, I think, by Henry Cravens. He lost it inside his own zone. Duke Dalba trying to backhand it to the slot. And Justin Nozko clears it out up the near side. Here's Brandon Fremgen. Ahead to Dalba on the far side. Tried to pass across. Knocked away by Malleus Mayer's stick. And then Duke Dalba gives it away to Nozko. Backhanded back into the NBA zone by Henry Oser. Here's Graham Rudder firing it around to the far side. Oser holds it in at the right point. Tried to send it down low. Didn't get enough juice on it. Puck leaks out to center. Sent back in by Lucas Tarquin. Cleared out by NBA. This will be another icing. 10:04 to go. Still 2-2. Draw is to the right of Wieck. One by the Big Red. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Andrew Freck passes it out to center, but couldn't get to Trace Graham. Intercepted by JT Borland. It is back in the NBA zone. Borland moving over to the right wing side. Carrying it down the wall. Stops, gets away from Lee Guy, gets off a shot. It's off a stick and past the net. Puck still inside the zone. Puck will be carried out to center by Lee Guy. It's back in the Ensworth zone, picked up by Cam Fowler. Passes over to the far side, Borland. Sent up the far side. Jack Dooner with it now, right wing side of the NBA zone. Dooner had it poked away. Shot from Lucas Tarquin was blocked. Here's Trace Graham. Passing it up the far side, Abe Lasher. Lasher left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Lasher. I think he shot it off the back of the net. Here's Hudson Honeybone to center. Honeybone back in the NBA zone on the right, left wing side. Puck knocked away from him. And it's going to be iced by Zach Rankin. 8:53 to go. The game is still tied at 2. They're shorting NBA a shot. Not that it matters. It's only 10. Draw is going to be to the right of Wieck. Puck out in front, and a shot from Brandon Bello, stopped by Wieck. I thought it was going to roll up over him and go into the net. It stayed out. Puck held in at the right point and sent back down low by JT Borland. Now behind the net, Bello. Bello battling with Zach Rankin. Bello has the puck. And cleared out by the Big Red. Borland backhands it up the far side. Heath Udy. And knocked away from, I think that's Thatcher Borden out there. It's in the Ensworth zone. No, it's Henry Cravens. He clears it out. That's back in the Ensworth zone again. JT Borland nudges it over to Henry Cravens. Cravens will dump it back in the NBA zone. Puck coming around to the far side. Will Brothers try to put it back behind the net, hit one of the referees. Here is Matthew Moore. Moore had the first goal of the game. Puck chopped off his stick at center by Ben Sonkin. Sonkin will bring it back in the NBA zone. Sonkin shot from out high over the net. Puck out on the far boards. Here's Nozko. Puck tapped away from him. Nozko tried to backhand it down. Intercepted and cleared out by Trace Graham. Nosco had the most recent goal of the game. Big battle for the puck inside the referee's crease. NBA. Here's Matthew Moore back in the Ensworth zone. Can't get around Spencer Kern. Puck on the inboards. It's over on the far side. Ben Sonkin backhanding it ahead to Justin Nosco. Nosco back in the NBA zone on the right wing. Gets round one defender. Puts it in front of one-timer. That was Nosco on the one-timer. Stopped by Wieck. It was a centering pass from Spencer Kern. Puck trickles back into the Ensworth zone. Kern will get to it. Now here's Ben Sonkin at center. Sonkin flips it ahead, catches back up to it. Right wing side of the NBA zone. Sonkin whiffed on the shot attempt. He was double teamed. Out at center with it, Ethan Moore. Moore back into the Ensworth zone, getting off a shot that's blocked by Lucas Tarquin. Puck behind the net. Ensworth with it. They clear. Here's a shot from Lucas Tarquin at the other end, blockered away by Wieck. Puck sent back into the Ensworth zone. It slows down too much to be called an icing, so Jack Dooner grabs it. Dooner. Oh, turns it over. Ethan Moore comes out in front and shoots it past the net from the far side. Hudson Honeybone dropping it over to the near side. Puck cleared out by the Ice Tigers. Now Jack Dooner intercepts it at center, but it's poked away from him by Michael DiTillo inside the NBA zone. Battle for the puck near the right wing corner. Ice Tigers have it, but it's knocked away from Cam Fowler. Dooner puts it out in front. Honeybone will hold it in on the, at the blue line. Carry it down the left wing. And tried to center it. Went off a stick over the net. Still in play. Fowler with it on the right wing boards. Pushed off by DiTillo. But Fowler gets it back. Fowler trying to put it out in front was Dooner. Clearing attempt held in at the left point by Honeybone. Honeybone carrying it down the wall again. Puts it out in front. Dooner's shot. Oh, I think maybe getting a piece of it was Wieck. I mean, it was right in front too. And NBA iced the puck again. 4:50 to go. The game is tied at 2. This is an insane performance from Ensworth. But an insane goaltending performance from Hunter Wieck. I mean, if it weren't for him, it'd be like 9-0 right now. Or maybe 9-2. I don't know how Aiden Becker would fare against these guys. NBA cleared out. Icing waved off this time. Spencer Kern will track it down. Needs to keep it away from Trace Graham. Kern bumps it ahead. Will Copeland brings it out. Sends it into the NBA zone, and Zach Rankin is going to beat Reese Avery to it. Rankin behind the net. Trying to send it up the far boards. And Lee Guy with it at center. Guy into the Ensworth zone. Guy trying to center it. Actually sent it to the front of the net and was steered away by Ruben Allen. Now Copeland out at center. Gets knocked off the puck. Still slides into the NBA zone. Puck comes out to center. Copeland tried to dump it back in. It was blocked. Guy backhanding it over to Abe Lasher. Lasher in the Ensworth zone. A shot gloved and held on to by Ruben Allen. 3:47 to go. Still 2-2. Draw will be to the left of Allen. Ensworth have it. Carried out by Jackson Malleus-Mayer. Past ahead, Ben Sonkin. Sonkin in the NBA zone. Shot from out high. Hit the skate of Brandon Fremgen. Went past the net. Sonkin behind the net now. Passing it up to the left point. And a shot from Thatcher Borden. Oh, blockered off the boards and came back out to the crease. Wieck covers. Sorry, it was Henry Craven shooting. Wieck blockered it up in the air. It hit the glass, came back into the crease. And Wieck had to cover. Draw will be to his right again. One by Ensworth. Ben Socket shot, knocked down by the glove of Wieck, and he has it covered. They'll drop it to Wieck's right once more. One by Ensworth. Shot from Ben Sonkin blocked. Shot from Malleus Mir went across the front of the net. It's over on the far side. Carried to center by James Lehrman. Lehrman into the Ensworth zone on the left wing side. Trying to backhand it out in front. Michael Dutillo holds it in. Oh, he didn't get a shot away. He was slipping. Now back the other way go the Ice Tigers. Justin Nosko, left wing side of the NBA zone. Shot stopped and held on to by Wieck. .256 to go, 2-2. Draw me to Wieck's right once again. One by the Big Red. They got their big guys out there. Here's Heath Udy from the slot. His shot blocked. Lee Guile smack it to the other end of the rink and ice it. Draw be to the right of Wieck. NBA won it. Try and clear, they do. Here's JT Borland. Bringing it back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Borland goes around the back of the net. He's out on the near side. Puck came out to the blue line, was held in. Now clearly out Trace Graham. Here's Lee Guy. Now Matthew Moore, right wing side of the Ensworth zone. A shot turned away by Ruben Allen. Puck on the inboards. Moore wanted to put it in front, was prevented from doing so. Here's Cam Fowler. Fowler out to center. Backhands it up the far wall, intercepted by Abe Lasher. Lasher will carry it out. Lasher, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. A shot stopped by Allen. He'll cover. 1:50 to go. Still 2-2. Draws to the right of Allen. Puck put out in front. Oh, Duke Dalma. What a save, Allen. Now a one-timer from Dalma, stopped and covered up by Allen. But Duke Dalma with the puck come right to him in front of the net. And he should have scored and he didn't. Draw beat Allen's right again. Wow. Draw one by Ensworth. Brandon Bello at center, off to Ben Sonkin. Sonkin in the NBA zone, taking a shot off a couple of sticks and over the net, still in play. Sonkin with it again. Up to the left point, Hudson Honeybone. Walking down, puts it behind the net, Brandon Bello. Passing it up top to the right point. Henry Cravens back down to Bello. Bello whiffs on the shot attempt. Cravens holds it in. Gets it over to Honeybone. Honeybone holding, shoots it just wide. Held in by Sonkin. Sonkin's shot knocked up in the air. I think it was stopped. Final minute of the game. Puck in the right wing corner. Here's Bello. Now Nosko. Loses the puck to Ethan Moore. Moore clears that. It went off an Ensworth stick on its way down. It's on goal. Ruben Allen has to stop. He'll pull in the rebound and cover. .42 seconds to go. The game is tied at 2. Draw be to the left of Allen. And timeout has been called. Not sure by who. Ensworth called the timeout. 42.8 seconds away from a massive result to start their Tier 1 existence. Ensworth play Ravenwood on Wednesday, and Ravenwood, you better be ready. Brady Miller better be ready. Timeout done. Draw's going to be to Allen's left. Ensworth, both teams have their big guns out there. Graham, Guy, and Moore for MBA. Songen's out there for Ensworth. Draw one by Ensworth. I think it's up against the near boards and cleared out at center with it is Ben Songen. He's waiting. I need to go back inside his own zone to retrieve the puck. It's cleared out. Spencer Kern on the far side. Now Songen. Here's Justin Nosko. Nosko, left wing side of the NBA zone. Under 20 seconds left. Puck on the far boards. Eddie Blaster tried to clear it out. Comes to Ben Songen. Songen had the puck taken away. Spencer Kern with it at center inside his own zone. Backhands it over to the near side. JT Borland fires it down ice. Stopped by Wieck, and this game ends in a 2-2 tie. If this were an NHL game, the Big Red would owe Hunter Wieck a steak dinner. What a performance by Ensworth, but what a performance in net by Hunter Wieck. My God. What a game by Ensworth. But what a game by Hunter Wieck. If it weren't for him, Ensworth would have won this game. They absolutely would have won this game. So the goals in this one, the goals for Ensworth were scored by Jack Stooner and Justin Nosko. NBA's goals were scored by Matthew Moore and Lee Guy. But the player of the game is Hunter Wieck. 43 saves on 45 shots. If NBA win the Preds Cup, it's because of Hunter Wieck. it is absolutely because of Hunter Wieck. And they're lucky that they have him for another year. He's only a junior. Wow. So both teams 0-1 to start the second half. MBA now 6-0-2 when it comes to the GNASH Cup race. 1 point ahead of Franklin, who begin their second half on Wednesday night against the Irish. And so that'll be it for us this evening as far as GNASH coverage is concerned. It's just see if I can get an update on USN Outlaws before I get off the air here. Hopefully Rich Millen will text me in just a bit. It won't take too long. But wow, what a performance by Hunter Wieck in net. NBA at 16 shots on goal. Ruben Allen made 14 saves. Well, I don't know if Rich will get back to me or not, but if he does, whatever. If he doesn't, hey, that's fine. So 2 games in the books tonight. Father Ryan beating Pope 7-6, and just now Ensworth and NBA finishing in a 2-2 tie. Sorry, folks. I was talking to Mike Jones, the Rutherford head coach, as Rutherford get ready to play Indy. So we got Summit Page and Mount Juliet going on right now. That game should be getting to a close. Outlaws and USN should be underway. Coming up in 8:25 here on the Chris Brink, Rutherford and Indy. And then at 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial Station Camp in Hendersonville. So here are the Tier 1 second half standings with 2 of tonight's games in the books. Father Ryan leading at 1-0. MBA and Ensworth both at 0-1. And then you've got Mount Juliet, Summit haven't finished their game yet. Ravenwood and Franklin have not yet begun the second half. And Pope down at the bottom of the table at 0-1. And Tier 2, well, Centennial leading at 1-0. Then you got Brentwood, Hendersonville, Indy, Outlaws, USN, and Rutherford, who haven't played a game yet, and Station Camp sitting at the bottom at 0-1. And in the GNASH Cup race, it is now 6-0-2 for MBA, 6-0-1 Franklin, 4-4 Father Ryan, and 3-4 for Ravenwood. Yeah, 3-4 for Ravenwood, 3-5 for Pope, and 2-4-1 for Mount Juliet. Wednesday schedule looks like this. Five games that all get started at 7:10 on Rink A at Centennial. Centennial taking on the Outlaws. 7:30 on the North Rink at Antioch. Brentwood begin life as a Tier 2 team. It's going to take me a long time to get used to that. as they take on USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture. 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial. Mount Juliet taking on MBA. 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial. Father Ryan taking on Franklin. We'll have that game for you. Be on the air at 8:35 for an 8:40 face-off. And then at 9:15, yes, 9:15 on the North Rink in Antioch. Ravenwood taking on Ensworth. Again, it's 9:15 from now through the end of the season so that the same set of officials can work both games at the Antioch facility. So that is it for this evening. Getting off the air just past 8 o'clock. Thank you all so very much for listening. Our finals tonight on the air, Father Ryan 7, Pope Prep MLK GCA 6. Just now, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb and Montgomery Bell finishing in a 2-2 tie. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening, and good night, everybody, from Bellevue.